Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Καλημέρα σας. I will speak in English. I will say that we have set the frame by Minister Stathakis in the beginning, which I think he put all the framework of the European legislation and what Greece or other countries need to do within that. I think it is true that we have at European level and at world level we have achieved decoupling of energy demand and growth demand. So this is something that it is missing from the discussion. There will be population growth, there will be energy demand growth, but increasingly these two, they will be decoupled. Therefore, we need to have time to speak about energy efficiency because this will be the driver of what happens, at least in the developed countries first and then the developing countries after. When it comes to transition, we should let's say, remember that this obliges us to rethink the whole economic model. We have to rethink transport. We have to rethink industrial production. We have to rethink digitalization of networks, buildings. So we should think of energy in a different way than we thought of energy in the last century. A lot of the discussion this morning has concentrated on energy production, but I think we need to think of everything else and how energy transition will be financed. The investment needs in transition of energy are much bigger than the investment needs in production of energy if we look at the next 50 years. So the first year, for the first time last year, renewables, energy investment in renewables has been bigger than energy investment in oil and gas. You know, this shows you that renewables will take a big part of investments going forward, and technology is the second part. For Europe, 50% is the target of up to 2050. We have a 2030 target going from 30% to 50%. This is the direction, but renewables renewables will absorb a significant part of private investment. Auctions have brought down costs significantly, and the financing in renewables will be huge, and it will be mainly project financing. So it's the amount of financing, but also the type of financing that we will have in the future will be different, and it will bring new players, a new type of private financing. Renewables, if you look at what we have so far, it brings in institutional investors, bond investors, pension funds, not only the traditional oil and gas sector investors. So I think we should keep that in mind. That renewables in terms of generation is an important target for private investment, but a lot of things that will accompany renewable investment will also be as a priority. I'll stop here.